Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Business. My name is Darrell Cloud. The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Yofi Grant, is calling for restraint following recent rifts between Ghanaian and foreign retailers. He says although the Ghana Union of Traders Association may have legitimate concerns about the presence of foreigners in our retail markets, the issues must be tackled in view of the ongoing efforts to promote intra-Africa trade.
In Ghana, so we want Ghanaian businesses to succeed, primarily. That's all. But we also, we are in partnership with the other countries. And as the CFTA comes in, we need to be clear on what our objectives are and how we engage with the other countries. We are looking at a sector that would remove tariff and non-tariff barriers to trade. And so that's the frame in which we look at many of these things. But at the end of the day, the beneficiary must be Ghana. And those issues have been with us for a while. I mean, what Guta is complaining about is not new. It's been there over the past 20 years where we have foreigners in our market. As long as the law states that if you are not a Ghanaian, you can't invest or operate in certain investments and then certain areas you call markets. So that's the law. And if the law says that, it must be complied with. So, of course, they have a legitimate cause to say they're foreigners in the market. But the problem extends beyond that because, we have Ghanaians also in Nigeria, we have Ghanaians in Cote d'Ivoire, we have Ivorians in Ghana, we have, there's a crisscross and a mishmash of inter-country relationships which we need to manage. And then, of course, there are the ECOWAS protocols. And then, of course, now we have the CFTA. So in the frame of all that, we have to be careful how we craft the law such that we are not at a disadvantage.
CEO of the GIPC there, Yofi Grant, he was speaking to Joy Business after the opening of this year's Young Entrepreneurs Forum underway in Accra. There's more in this report.
The two-day forum is bringing together over 500 participants and 50 exhibitors from the agric and agro-processing, technology, energy, manufacturing, banking and non-banking sectors, as well as fashion and lifestyle. Organized by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, the Young Entrepreneurs Forum forms part of efforts to create a sustained avenue for captains of industry to interact with young entrepreneurs through mentorship and masterclass sessions. Delivering a welcome address, the Chief Executive Officer of the Center, Yofi Grant, challenged young entrepreneurs to take advantage of the numerous government policies aimed at empowering startups to scale.
The current government, in its manifesto, had a policy of engaging the youth. So in its first budget, it did indicate that for businesses, young business entrepreneurs, they will have a tax break for 5 years. And then the subsequent years, they will have an incentive of a lower taxation level of 20%. If they are in certain sectors of the economy, you should take advantage of it. You shouldn't just read these things. Take advantage of it. Then, of course, there's the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, which has been seeded by government with some amount of money, which should actually nurture, incubate, promote, and facilitate small businesses and startups, especially by young entrepreneurs.
This year's Young Entrepreneurs Forum is themed Connect, Accelerate, Grow. In the keynote address, CEO of Lene Services, Dr. Ellen Hagan, shared with the entrepreneurs what they must do to break boundaries.
I want to stress that employment is a business decision, not a sentimental one. Do not employ anyone, and I mean do not employ anyone you cannot correct or discipline, or anybody whose values contradict yours. The next thing I will encourage you to is to develop new product and service lines. We in Lene started with recruitment and training, and in our early years, we added new products to our service lines, which drove our growth and profitability.
Highlights of the forum include a business pitch session with 20 young entrepreneurs who could benefit from financing.
Well, stay with us on the marketplace. We'll bring you more from that forum. In other news, the Director General of the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, Simon Alote, has reiterated the need for capacity building in the aviation sector. He asked steps are being taken to improve the quality of staff to ensure Ghana maintains its top spot in aviation safety on the continent. Mr. Alute spoke to Joy Business at the Africa and Indian Ocean Aviation Safety Group meeting held in Accra.
Ghana became #1 on the continent in terms of flight safety, having earned a high effective implementation score of 89.89% at the International Civil Aviation Organization's recent inspection. According to the Director General of the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, Engineer Simon Alute, his outfit will continue to build capacity to ensure Ghana maintains the safest aviation space on the continent.
One area we are focusing on continuously is human capacity development. We believe that with a very well-trained, motivated and dedicated workforce, we should be able to address the findings which made us lose nearly 10% in the effective implementation score. We've already put in a mechanism to come up with corrective action plans to address those areas we were not compliant with. Remember, the score was nearly 90%. So we need to work on the remaining 10%, and this will do through effective human capacity development, providing adequate resources, tools for our safety inspectors to work more efficiently.
The Director General was speaking at the Africa and Indian Ocean Aviation Safety Planning and Implementation Group meeting held in Accra. The event stressed on safety and the need for states to collaborate to achieve the highest aviation safety standards. Minister for Aviation Kofi Adda, who spoke at the event, reiterated his commitment to maintain safety standards as the country aspires to become an aviation hub.
Ghana's vision towards becoming an aviation hub in the sub-region is on course. To realize this, a number of infrastructure developments are being rolled out in the last couple of years, including terminal buildings, new air navigation service buildings, extension of airside and landside infrastructure, as well as installation of modern air navigation equipment and capacity built for the aviation sector professionals. Most aviation infrastructure in Ghana are being modernized, and these are intended to improve safety and security of passengers and aircraft in the Accra Flight Information Region.
For Joy Business, Shileta Maklu.
And that's it for business. Back to you, Daniel.